Hi, welcome back. In this video, we are going to discuss evolution of databases. So we are going to discuss on how data has been stored before computer era, then followed by the travel of data, the travel of way of storing data from notebooks to simple computers in a notepad text file to the advanced databases that we are using now. So this is what we are going to discuss in this entire video. So we have two questions here. So how data are stored before computers era, before the invention of computers? Simple. So in notebooks, in a blank page, in any format, just simply by writing. So how storing and retrieving happened? So simply manually moving on the pages, searching manually. So this is how storing and retrieving happened before computers. So this is completely a tedious process, but this was how data has been stored before the computers era. Okay, so let us take an example. We have a company that has more than 10,000 employees, and the employee record has been written in a notebook. So not in a tabular form, just manually in some order, and it is not alphabetical, and it is based on some date of joining. So whenever a new employee comes in that note, after the last record or after the last line of writing, the new employee data will be simply written. That's all. So we have such kind of data. Imagine how long it will take to search an employee data in that note. So we cannot predict it actually. It will take more than 6 hours definitely, because we are having 10,000 records and it is not alphabetical order. And so if we try searching it, so it may arrive at first minute, or it may take more than 6 hours, so it cannot be predicted. So this is what the complexity of storing data in a notebook. So how the transformation happened after the invention of computers? So all the data in the books or notebooks are transferred to real-time databases or real databases called files. So the main objective of this transformation is to retrieve the files easier, faster than it took in physical files. So so this is the phase. And after the invention of computers, so we are started storing data in files, and the way of storing data in files has gradually evolved from flat files to recent SQL databases that we are using now. So we are going to see the timeline of how flat files has slowly evolved, and what are the improvements done, what are the advancements done, and how databases are utilized now, how we are storing data now. So these are the things we are going to discuss on the upcoming slides. Okay, so before entering into the timelines, what is a database? So whether if a data stored in tabular form is alone called as a database, or a data that is stored in a notepad text file cannot be called as a database. So we need this understanding first. Any data that is stored in a tabular form, that is row and column form, is a database. Okay, so that is understood, right? You can see the image on the right hand side. We have two notepad screenshots where I have stored 4 rows, and it is self explanatory. Each row contains some record separated by comma or space. Okay, so this can be also called as a database. This is also a database. Any file that stores single record in a single line, and the columns inside that record separated by single space or comma, that is also a database. So this understanding is must. So we have around seven database models, starting from flat file database, hierarchical database, network database, relational database, object oriented, relational, and web enabled database. So we'll be discussing it one by one. So flat file database that exists between 1960 to 1980s stores information in single file or table, and the example that we have discussed here, this is the example for flat file database, storing in a tabular form or even in a notepad text file. So storing data in a single file, each line or record will contain single record separated by comma or spaces. So there are advantages and disadvantages of this model. This will be easy to handle only for small databases. Less hardware and software are required. But the disadvantage is there is a possibility of duplicating records. So why? Because so if at all I am just maintaining some values in first line, I have written a record of a student with roll number 1 at first line. So when I cross around 200 or 300th line, I may again write the record of same student. So because I cannot find that it is already there in first line. So there is a possibility of duplicates in this model. And removing record is not easy. We have to remove one record and we have to move other records one row upwards, and also file size higher than the required. So this is flat files database model, and this model is not used nowadays. Then followed by hierarchical database model. This was active between 1970 to 1990. The data will be stored in parent-child pattern. It is not like the previous one that is stored in a table format or in a notepad file. So this will be stored in a parent-child pattern. Two conditions: a child can have only one parent, but a parent can have multiple child. That is one to many relationship. So we can have a picture here. The same thing that we have written in a notepad file in the previous model, that is represented here in hierarchical model. So marks of the student in three different subjects. So three subjects will remain child for the marks parent, and each subject will have two child, boys and girls, and uh, represented as marks for each child. So this is a sample for hierarchical database. So advantages are it can be accessed faster, uh, easy to understand too, but it lacks flexibility. Whenever I need to modify the structure of a database, it is more tedious. So the next one, network database, that was active between 1970 to 1990. It is almost similar to hierarchical, but we have only one difference where the hierarchical database child can have only one parent, but in network database a single child can have multiple parents, and similarly single parent can have multiple child and many to many relationship. So the main objective of network database is to represent the complex relationship effectively and improves more performance. So this is almost the same thing that we have seen in hierarchical database, but only difference is at the third level, that is marks level, each mark child will have two parent. For example, let us take this marks where it has two parents, that is boys, the other one is English. So the representation is easy now, and it follows network database. So again, the advantages are easy accessing, easy to design, but lacks structure. It will not be in a proper structure. So when you see a hierarchical model, it has it had some sort of structure at least, but in network database we have lost the structure actually, and it is not user friendly. And relational database 1982 present till now. So this is the point where the timeline of databases had a huge shift from storing values in a file in a hierarchical form or in a network form to the completely efficient row and columns form that has been um, backed up by structured query language that we are using nowadays. So, so SQL forms basis for all databases access to Oracle. So that we know. So from this point to today, almost every database uses SQL. So we have more advantages here. So mathematical operations are supported. Tables can be joined and viewed. Normalization. So the way of normalization that makes the table more efficient, and security control is efficient with authorization. So table access rights can be given to user basis or role basis. For example, this employee user can access only these tables alone, and these tables cannot be accessed by a normal employee. So like that, authorization can be given. So few disadvantages are there. If the table is not designed well, then time consuming for selecting or getting rows or records from each table will take much time. So, and also if the relationship between the tables increases, the complexity will increase. So based on that complexity, table has to be designed more efficiently to maintain the simplicity, right? So the next form of database, object oriented databases 1990 to present. So this is another kind of databases that are still live, and few or more are using still now. So this is another dimension to databases. So databases will have values that uses classes and objects. So with object oriented concepts inside the databases wherever it is necessary. So we will have an example here. If at all I need to store a name and age of a person, so in case if it was a tabular form, then it will have two columns and multiple rows simply. But in object oriented database model, every record will be an object for a class. So which means every record follow a common template. The template will be represented by template will be mentioned by class. So let us take this for an example. We To represent six members name and age, we need to have a common template called class. So that class named as contact here. So each class will have two values, that is one is name and another one is age. So we have defined a class here, and we have made sure that all the six members are represented as an object for this class. So this is object oriented database. uh, to the simpler extent, this is object oriented database, and in case if we want to have a close look on further more technical details, it'll be having more object oriented concepts like inheritance and other things also. So two advantages: complex data can be managed easily and navigation is easy. We can simply navigate to record at a faster rate. For a simple disadvantages, for a simple relationship, it is less efficient. For a complex relationship, so this will serve faster. So in case we need to have this kind of databases, I need to write some code or APIs in programming language to access this data. We cannot access this data manually, so we need to write some APIs or some codes to access this data. So user can communicate only to that code, and that code will communicate to this database. So that is what mentioned here as API needed to access data, right? So I think we have came to um, the last model, object relational model. So object relational model is nothing but the combination of relational model and object oriented model. Initially it will be in the form of object when entered by the user. I will just type as name and age of a person, and that will be stored as an object that will be converted into tables in the database side. So while retrieving, the database value uh, in the form of tables will be converted back to object and provided to the user. So this is what the relational database is, and the timeline is 1990 to till present. It is in live. So advantages is data is encapsulated, inheritance and polymorphism can be implemented, and uh, rows and columns format as well. So because the advantage of relational model is rows and columns, the advantage of object oriented database is class and objects. Both advantages uh, can be implemented in object relational database. So disadvantage is complex. It is a bit complex and costly as well. So I think we have come to end of the video. So this is how a database have evolved from writing a data in a node to the latest relational database, object database, and object relational databases. So thanks for watching. Keep supporting us.